Hello, hello. It's Tash and Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to
It's Saturday.
Your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us, it's Saturday. Well, you did a different tone there, and it threw me off.
I was like, you know what? Let's switch it up. We're always doing the same thing.
We should do it in a British accent next time.
God.
Hello, governor.
Ner.
Yeah, Australian one week.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? I haven't seen you in like a week almost. I
haven't
feel.
seen you in so long.
I missed you. You
missed
look
you so
great.
much.
Look
You
at
look so good.
Oh my gosh.
And we're back in the Christmassy little office. And finally, you guys, we don't sound like robots like last week.
Guys, my stomach was literally in my asshole when I went to edit our pod and there was no audio. I was like, what the hell? So we had to pull the audio from the camera and we sounded like robots.
We found out, but you know what? At least we had something.
Yes, that is true.
Like, imagine this didn't record sound for some reason. We would have just wasted so much time.
That would have been
oh my god,
so bad.
And honestly, guys, like Tash, literally, like this is a true friend because I was having one of the worst days. It was like literally having on the verge of a mental breakdown, and because I had this big presentation the next day, and I was really really busy for school, so I had like no time really to prepare as much as I wanted to. And literally she knew I was having a bad day. It was the day before my presentation. She found out there was no sound on our episode that we had just recorded.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me until my presentation was done.
Yeah.
That this was happening. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for not telling me.
Yeah, you were spiraling a little bit. And I'm like, this wouldn't do you any good. And like, I fixed it as best as I could. And I was like, even if somehow you have the audio and it's saved somewhere else, I'm like, we can sort that out tomorrow. Like,
yes.
It's not a huge deal. And it was kind of worth it because like, tell us about your presentation.
So this was for like the Ottawa Hospital Research Day. It was like all of the research that goes on at the Ottawa Hospital.
Yeah. Huge.
So there was a lot of people there. There was like over 400 people, like close to 450, I would say.
Your biggest presentation
to date. It was really big. Yeah, it was really big. And just like very diverse backgrounds. Because usually when I present like to people, they know at least a little bit about like either pregnancy or infectious disease. Mm-hmm. This is like, it could be anyone. Like there's cancer research, there's heart disease, there's like literally everything. So it was really diverse. Anyway, so I was kind of stressed about it, but I did well and I ended up placing 3rd overall, which I was really happy about.
That is insane.
Yeah,
you were like so nervous and you were so stressed and like it's all became worth it.
Yeah, I was 3rd. I was really happy. And to be honest, okay, so I was in the morning and there was a few presentations before me. I was like maybe, I don't know, like 10th or something. And everyone before me, their presentations, they just like had no notes, 0 notes.
No notes.
And the way that the podium was, like all you could see was like a quarter of like the slides. So really they just had memorized everything. And I was like, I'm pretty good. Like I memorized pretty much everything, but I like still having notes in case like I forget a number and I need to look down or something and like forget the order of my slides. You know what I mean?
It's like a little security blanket.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was so nervous. And then I saw everyone present and I was like, oh no, I'm even more nervous now because like these guys just
no notes
going around, no notes, like raw dogging it. Like what's going on?
Literally raw dogging it.
And so then, but you know what? It kind of like gave me the confidence to be like, you know your stuff. Don't even really look down other than to like just see the title of the slide. Because sometimes I do find it's like a security blanket and you're almost like tempted to read off the slides. You know what I mean? So it did help me to be like, don't look down. Just like look at the
look up. Do you picture everyone in their underwear?
You know what? I don't, but I picture that they have no idea what I'm saying and they're just staring at me and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I tell them because they don't know what I'm talking about.
And weren't the other 2 people that won 1st and 2nd
like clinical
surgeons?
Yeah, like they were literally clinical.
That's amazing that you came in 3rd and you got a little prize.
Yeah, I got a little like $150 prize.
Okay.
Didn't get it yet, but wait.
Oh my God.
Where is it?
It's coming.
But yeah, no, it was nice. It was a nice little reward for like all my stress. But Anyway, and you had like an eventful weekend in Montreal. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I had such an insane weekend. The only thing that was missing was you.
I know. Everyone's like, what happened? Why aren't you there? I'm like, there's no beef, guys.
Yeah, did you get dropped?
Yeah, like,
No, this bitch is doing her PhD and she is helping me plan pretty much every weekend. So she got a little time off. But I rolled out to Montreal. I got picked up by Anita and Reagan. And like the point of this trip was to ask them to be my bridesmaids. Shout out to Reagan for flying her ass literally across the country for me. Like that's when you know you're asking the right people. When
they will get on a plane for you.
So nice. Yeah. So they pick me up and we show up to Anita and Kaylin's beautiful condo, like on Nuns Island, facing like the river, like the most beautiful view, like windows all around.
Wow.
And they had like decorated it all for me, and they like made me like a sign, and like on the door there was a Bristol board with like glitter being like Tash Money's like bridal weekend or some shit like that. And then they like had Polaroids all over the table. They had Polaroids even of you because they're like, we knew like Romina's a part of this, we had to include her. They had popped champagne. We got there. Kaylin, Anita's husband, who was like the super host of the century, had charcuterie ready for us, drinks ready for us, like shots made with like guava and vodka and all these delicious things ready to go. And that was a chill night. We just stayed and we just played board games.
That's
and like
so fun.
Got ready for our day because we had to wake up early the next day for a lot of bridal shopping. So I already have my dress, but I need still like a veil and shoes and accessories. And I didn't really think there was much to a veil, to be honest, until this weekend. I learned there's so much to a veil. Like there's different lengths, there's like cathedral, there's different like waterfall, like the outlines or like different details. So it was kind of cool to try on different ones and see. And this one boutique we went to was so nice. I forget the name. It's like Di Carlo Couture, I think. And the owner is this woman, Antoinette, who was actually the one doing like our appointment, and she created all the dresses that were there, and they were all stunning. She was so nice. And she literally helped me like recreate my dress. Like she had a top that was similar to my top, and then she put just like the bottom that looked like my bottom to try and get the vibe. Because when you're trying on veils, it's like if it doesn't look like your dress, it's kind of hard.
It's kind of pointless. Yeah, because you don't know what it's gonna look like together.
Exactly, right? Yeah. And there's certain details in the dress, like you don't want anything to overshadow it, or you don't want something to be too simple. So I learned a lot. And then we also went a bit perusing for some bridesmaids dresses. Yeah. I think we're set on a color now. We have like a top contender already. It's so funny, like I feel like the first place I go to for everything, it's just like ends up being a winner. Yeah. Because we went to boutique, what is it, 1648 or
1861.
1861. Yes. So cute. So,
I've had them on Instagram for like years now, and when I was getting married, I wanted to get my bridesmaids dresses from there, but they just like didn't have enough of them because they run out.
It's very select.
It's very selective. Yeah, so it just didn't work out. But like honestly, I've been following them for years.
Okay.
Like, I had them.
Yeah, it was such a cute spot. And then we did a couple like little boutiques, not necessarily for bridal shopping, but they have the cutest stores in Montreal.
Such cute stores.
Like I got a couple cute little things. I was looking for like Christmas ornaments and just like little gifts for people. So I did a little bit of shopping with that. And then we went for lunch at Holt Cafe. So like Holt Renfrew, which is like bougie ass, like a bougie ass mall that had like Gucci and Prada. And we were like window shopping for that. I had my like Prada, and I'm like in the Prada aisle just like, oh my god, I feel like I belong here. This is so great. But we had lunch there, that was amazing. And then we went back to Anita's, enjoyed the amenities, like jacuzzi'd, we used the gym, got ready for our night out, and we went to, again, like Montreal just has, like Ottawa could never with these spots in Montreal, like the lounges, the restaurants, the details and the decor, the vibes, like how busy it is no matter what time you go somewhere. It's just such a fun, cool city.
Like Toronto's fun to go out in, but Montreal is just a different vibe to go out.
It's a different vibe.
It's so fun.
Like we literally went to this place called Emmanuel, and the reason why Anita really wanted to take us there was it's a new spot, but they do this really cool thing called like bumps of caviar, which is literally on the menu, bumps of caviar. And they come and I put it on my story, you might have seen, but they take these massive scoops of caviar and they put it like on your hand here, and you just like eat it like as is. Like it was I really like caviar.
I love caviar.
I love caviar. So it's like I love salty, like it's just delicious. So that was a cool experience. I'm like, when else am I gonna like have somebody like put caviar on my hand and I'm gonna just like lick it off myself and eat it all up. So that was really cool. I obviously broke my sober November throughout this weekend. Everyone was in support of it. So shout out to all my girlfriends, my future husband, and everyone that supported me drinking this weekend.
I think you were like, I'm drinking this weekend. And I was like, okay, I'm drinking this weekend too.
Matt drank too. I'm pretty sure Vic drank.
Everybody broke it on Saturday because it was just like, we had made it so far. And
yeah.
It was like, November is actually the worst month. I don't know why we decided sober November. Like, it's the worst decision. I feel like if October would have been easier than November. November's already depressing.
Yeah,
it's like
you just need
cold.
a little something. You need to scratch the itch a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm back on it now. I think I might stay on it. I don't know. We're wedding planning this weekend. So I'm like, frig, should we just have a glass of wine? Like, I don't know. But at least we've been cutting back, and that was kind of the point of all of this.
I was gonna say, I think like instead of just like being super like sober November or whatever, it helps having a name, but it's more just like cutting back and and like having more chill weekends, because then when we did go out, like this weekend we went out and I didn't feel guilty at all, because
that's such a good point. I didn't feel guilty, and it was the right call for sure. And it was so funny. So after we went to Emmanuel, we went to this place called Marcus for dinner that also has a lounge like on the other side of it, and it's like a pretty like prestige lounge. It's really hard to get in, but because we had dinner, it was easier for us to hop over. And the drinks and food there were like, it was expensive, but everything was really good. And I guess we just didn't really, we didn't think the bar would be like as expensive, like just a regular lounge bar. And Reagan's like, don't worry guys, like I got the first round. We're going to do like 3 vodka sodas, 2 shots to she was literally just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm definitely going to send you some money for that round. Like, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, no, so that was devastating. But thankfully we were already like pretty drunk by that point.
Yes.
And some nice people bought us some drinks too. So shout out to those people.
That's always the best.
We love.
Okay, but you have to tell them. Okay, so she has 3 bridesmaids, and
yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so guys, I had been waiting for this like phone call, because she's like, I'm gonna ask Anita and Reagan on Friday, and then I'll FaceTime you so like you can feel included, because she had already given me my box. So I was like, yes, okay. Before that, I was like, oh my God, I have the perfect name for our little trio, because Reagan's a redhead, Anita's blonde, and I'm brunette. So think of a trio that is those 3. Charlie's Angels. So I was like, oh my God, Tash's Angels. Like, I can't wait. So I'd been like waiting for you to call me to like tell you about this name. And I was just like, God, she has to call me soon so I can tell her. I'm like,
this is the most iconic name that I could think of. Like Tash's Angels.
So
it's
good.
So perfect.
It's so perfect.
You are literally all my angels, and I love you so much. And it just couldn't be more suiting for like what we got going on. Yeah. And I feel like there's gonna be so many things that come from this group idea. Yes. Like it's just perfect.
It's gonna be so good.
I don't know how long you've been sitting on that, but I'm also so glad you kept it for a secret until I was with the girls, because we were all like shitting ourselves. We were like,
I was like, we're not calling this group like Bride Squad or Tribe or whatever the fuck. I was like, no, we needed something different. There's only 3 of us. Like, we're not a tribe. We're like a squad, but we're trio.
Yes,
we're
you're
trio,
angels.
you know?
You are my angels.
Yes.
So yeah, it's super exciting. I can't wait for all the planning we have in store for us 3. It's already in the works. So
fun.
It's exciting.
I'm so excited.
So happy. It was such a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I wasn't even hungover on Sunday, which was crazy.
So fun.
Such a good time.
Okay, so we on Saturday, I was like, had the itch too, because it had been 18 or 19 days without drinking, and also just like been a tough couple of weeks.
Yeah, you've been working really hard.
Yeah, and like Farzad has too, and we were just like both done all of our chores. I'd studied all day on Saturday, and it was like,
what are you gonna do, make a hot tea?
Yeah, it was like 5 p.m. and I'm like, oh my God, like what are we doing tonight? We have no plans. I was like, I kind of just want to go to a nice dinner and just like chill. So we went to Roma Meze, where we went for your birthday, because Farzad hadn't gone, and oh my God, he's obsessed with it.
It makes me so happy that other people are enjoying the restaurant as much as I do.
He was like, this is my type of food, like feta and olives and like lamb and that Mediterranean, but little plates, and oh my God, so he loved it. So we went there, and then we ended up just going to our friend George's house for a bit and going out after. But like you said, I just feel like because we we just didn't feel guilty because none of us had gone out or done anything in so long. So it was like just nice little like outing, like spontaneous outing.
You ran into Matt too.
And then so I texted Matt being like, I heard you're drinking, or like, are we meeting up or something? And he goes, what? Like, you shouldn't be drinking. But he's like, I'm drinking too.
I'm drinking, but you shouldn't be drinking.
Yeah, he's like, what do you mean? Sober November. I'm like, dude, I know you're drinking. So like, what the fuck? Anyway, so then he ended up coming out with us too. So it was just like a little reunion, but everyone's like, we're all doing Sober November. We're all just like,
ooh, like naughty. Oops, everybody. You're all getting cool for Christmas.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Funny. I'm glad you had a good time. And speaking of Christmas, we finally put up our Christmas tree.
Best.
Man, I was in such a good mood yesterday when we did it. And Matt and I, he actually really contributed a lot, and he did a really good job. I know usually we don't let the boys touch the tree, but he's like, look, I'm putting like red over here because there's already red there. Aww. So like I'm making sure like certain colors aren't too close. I'm like, thank you so much. Like you really learned from last year. Thank you. Yes. And I just have to say, like, obviously I'm assuming you probably put Christmas music on when you're listening. Yes. Christmas songs like from back in the day,
like old ones, like the OG ones.
I'm not talking about like Ariana Grande's remix, Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber. Those are fine. They're great. But the old school Christmas jams just really fill my heart with literal Christmas joy, and nothing hits like a Christmas song, especially when you're putting up the tree.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
We were like dancing to it. It was like so cute. It's just so wholesome.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'm so happy.
So nice. Also random, but like when we went to local, I forgot to mention this. When we went to local, there was a little bit of a wait, and now at local, like while you're sitting in like the little chairs at the front, you can order a drink from the host. The host literally came, took our orders, and then brought our drinks to us as we were just sitting there waiting. So it literally made the time go by like this, and we're all standing kind of like at like a club or something. You just have your drinks, and we're like, what? Why doesn't every place do this?
That is hospitality.
So good.
That is very smart. And then I feel once you have a couple of drinks in you and then you're sitting down, you're like, okay, like let's get it going. Like the liquor's hit my lips. Like let's get another round. Let's get some more drinks. Let's get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's smart.
I wonder who ends up getting those tips when you do that. Is it the hostess? Is it the bartender?
I think it was the host, because he literally came around with the machine as soon as he brought our drinks, and he was like, okay, and then we like paid.
That's so smart. I love that they're doing that.
It's really smart.
We never did that at Joey.
Yeah, Joey's just did like the little shitty champagne.
Yeah, but sometimes the wait list at Joey, and that area is much bigger than at local, like there could be about 30 people, 40 people just waiting. So get them liquored up, and then they're gonna be way happier by the time they get to their table. Oh, you waited 30 minutes, but your 2 vodka sodas deep, so life's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
amazing.
And then the last thing, just like a mental health moment, we were working with a brand. We're not obviously going to say who it is, but it got to a point where we were just going back and forth so much. And I think it was the first time we like had a life, like a little lesson in this industry to know when to like walk away from something and just know our worth and like know our worth of our time and things. And that's just for anyone out there who's like maybe, I don't know, working on a project, and it got to a point where we're like, we don't even want to do this anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't worth our time or effort for any amount of money truly they would have offered us at that point. And also they were just very rude and condescending, and just, I don't know, it just wasn't a good fit, which was kind of sad because at the beginning we thought it really was. Yep. But then I guess sometimes you just, you work with people and then their true colors start to show, and you're just like, oh, I don't like that. That was mean.
I know.
Why'd you say that to me?
Exactly. But I think it's important to like set those boundaries to just like, we could have finished what we did, and it would have taken a lot more work, a lot more effort, and probably a lot more frustration. But it got to a point where we're like, we don't even want to do this anymore, and we don't want to work with them.
Yeah. So it was a good lesson. Yeah, for sure. And then going forward, I think we'll be really more like cognizant of who we're going to choose to work with. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We love a mental health moment at the beginning.
We got to do that at the beginning.
I really like that. Yeah. Let's jump into add to cart, because we haven't done that in like a week or two. Yes. We didn't do it last week. No. Thank God, because we were robots anyway. So you weren't going to buy anything we were saying, because we probably sounded like shit. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Actually, you put me on this product.
Oh my God.
So I love lip gloss. I'm a big lip gloss girl, but one thing I hate about lip gloss is how sticky it can get. Yep. And how your like hair can get stuck in your lip gloss, and it's a huge mess. So you put me on Tower 28. I have 2 different colors because I love it so much. It's literally the best gloss ever. It's not sticky. It lasts a long time. Yeah. And they just have like the best colors. Like this one's cashew and this one's pistachio. The pistachio is literally almost done. I just bought this one, but it's honestly the best lip gloss I've ever bought. It's so good.
It is a very, very good lip gloss. I can't take full credit for it. It was Kate Taylor who one time I was asking her, I always ask her for her haul opinions before I buy something. I'm like, what do you like right now? Like, what's good? Because she works there. So she is literally the guru of Sephora. And she recommended this. And I had never even heard of the brand before. And now I also actually use their concealer as well.
Really?
Which I really like. It lasts a long time. It doesn't crease. And it's very affordable. Sometimes concealers can be quite expensive. But their lip gloss, you can't go wrong. You guys, there's nothing better than not having sticky ass lips when you're wearing your lip gloss.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it. And the colors are so pretty.
Really, really pretty. And they go with everything. So.
And they're not too expensive. They're like what, $20-ish dollars? Yeah. Like mid 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it.
Get it. Get it. You're welcome. Okay, mine is a staple in my makeup routine. When I say staple, like this is probably the longest running product I've used to date because I've used this since I was 15 years old.
Me too.
That means
I have that. I've literally been using that since like ever.
Yeah,
since
so
I started wearing makeup, I think.
That's 17 years. So I've been using this longer than I've been using it longer than I have not been using it, if that makes sense. Like more than half my life. Yeah. So it's the MAC Studio Fix. I'm color NW22. It's so cringy because when I started using this in grade 10, I would raw dog and just put this on my face.
Without anything
else. Maybe some matte mousse. You remember that shit?
Yes.
I would use matte mousse and then I would pile on this. Later on, I learned how to properly use this product and it truly is a godsend. I know people like their regular translucent powder, but I find something with a little more pigment that's closer to your skin tone just hides everything a little bit better and really like pushes the product onto your face and it's like not going to move. Yep. So I actually even use the MAC foundation as well. So I'm MAC sponsor me, honestly. Please. So yeah, after I'm done my foundation or my concealer, when I'm basically done my like first base, I will then like put this on like mainly just like under my eyes, around my nose, like a little pat here and there. And it's nice and compact. So you can just bring it around, touch it up throughout the night if you're feeling a little oily or you just need a little zhuzh, you know. And I really like how at the bottom like you can put your little pad underneath. So It doesn't touch the product, which is nice. It keeps it separate because even though it's only going on my face, I don't want like the oils to seep out from this and like get onto the product. So it's nice as a little spot to put.
It's perfect. I love it. It's that and the foundation. I've tried so many foundations and I always go back to MAC. Like honestly, I'm a MAC girly. Like I have that and the foundation and I just will not change.
No,
like,
it's the best.
I'm just going to use it.
Yeah,
forever.
You got me on the MAC foundation.
So good.
Yeah, it's truly is the best.
And this is the best to just throw in your purse because not only does it come with a mirror, it also comes with a little pad that you can like touch up your nose if it gets oily or whatever. Yeah. So it's like a 2-for-1.
It's everything.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started buying this though, it was only like $23. Now it's about like 30 something. Yeah, unfortunately, that's inflation, but 40, it lasts forever because you're not using a lot. So it really is worth it in my opinion. Add to cart.
Love it. Oh my God. Okay. I figured out another cool little, like feature that comes with the update.
We love learning.
So do you know what Google Lens is? No. So it's an app that you can get where you can take like pictures of things and it'll identify what it is.
Like a plant?
Like a plant. Yeah. Okay. Like, so let's say you take a picture of a plant. It will tell you like what type of plant that is. You can take a picture of a dog and it'll tell you like what type of dog that is. So they've now incorporated that into the iPhone. So if you take a picture of a plant at the bottom, you have to wait like a few seconds. At the bottom, it'll show you like a little icon. So yeah, do it live. Take a picture. And then at the bottom of the picture, go to the picture. It will show you where it usually says info. It will say what the plant is. So look right here.
Look up plant.
And then it will show you like what the plant is. So you can do it with dogs. So I took a picture of Nova and it said like Malamute, even though she's not, but like husky. It literally said husky.
I want to know what it says Stark is. Yeah. It says that's aloe vera. Is that right? Is that aloe vera?
So it's actually like a dragon fruit. It's this one. It's okay.
Yeah, it shows up another like a bunch of things that look.
So
like
I don't know how great it is in terms of accuracy because they just added it, but
that is
for the most part. Like I tried it on a lot of my plants and it did a really good job. Like it was pretty accurate.
That is so cool because there's some
cool.
plants that I've gotten off our buy sell nothing group, and I don't have a very green thumb, so I have no idea what kind of plants they are, and I've been curious, so now I'm gonna know.
And then if you're ever like on a walk, like I always do this, I'll walk in our neighborhood and I'll be like, oh my God, this is so nice. Like
Yeah.
our neighbor has this nice plant that I want to put in my garden. So you can just take a picture of it and boom, know what kind of plant it is.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That technology is doing that.
So honestly, start using that. I wonder what else it could do. Like, could it do like products? Like if I took a picture of this, would it say like what it is?
Or if you take a picture of me, would it say like, Tash Money? And if I take a picture of you, would it say
like,
Tash's Angel?
Angel? Oh my God. But yeah, no, it's a really cool feature. So definitely try it out. And yeah, see what it can do.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Wow. You're always finding the coolest information.
I found it randomly. Like I took a picture of Nova and at the bottom it had like a little icon of a dog. And I was like, what is
You're
this?
like, what the heck?
Yeah. So
Cute.
very cool.
I love that.
Also, this is just so random, but I'm the type of person that when I'm like texting you, if I'm like super excited, I'm texting in all caps. And that's just a personality trait that I refuse to give up. Like if you're texting me about something, you're not in all caps or you're not like putting a bunch of exclamation marks. You're not excited.
Yeah. You're just talking like this. If you're excited like this, like you are talking in caps. And also I read caps like that too.
Me too.
Like I'm like, you're yelling at me because you're excited.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you have to. Sometimes if it's not to be in caps and I wanted to, like I will take the time to backspace so I can capitalize and scream at you because we're excited.
And LOL in all caps versus LOL in lowercase is like different.
There's something about just an LOL with lowercase.
That's kind of like LOL.
Yeah. It's not even, it's more of a side eye than an actual laugh out loud.
Yes.
You know, it's like, okay, LOL. Like,
yes.
Ooh, like someone's pissed.
But if you said, okay, LOL caps, you're like, okay, that person's laughing.
They're laughing. We're having a good time. We're here to party. Let's have a drink.
Yes.
So when you leave a party, do you say bye to people, or you, like me, for example, I'm a huge Irish goodbyer. So Irish exit. I really don't like saying goodbye. I tend to just dip out.
Okay, so I used to be the type that had to say goodbye to people, but I've recently tried my best to just leave without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you get stuck in a loop of like, oh, why are you leaving? And then you feel bad, and then you have to say bye to like 100 people, and then it's like you get stuck into a convo, and it takes forever.
Yeah, you get guilt tripped. You have to give the excuse over and over again. So this is so interesting because I came across something on Instagram the other day. It was one of those like scientific research studies, and research shows that people that leave parties without saying goodbye save up to 2 days per year.
Honestly, I believe it because literally leaving a party adds like 30 minutes.
Okay, so that's just it. So generally speaking, they're saying on average, people that say goodbye at parties can take up on average 45 minutes to actually say goodbye, because you know you're going around, and like I said, people will guilt trip you. You'll just like go back and forth. You have to make up these excuses. You're saying the same thing over and over again to like who knows how many people are at this party. And because an average person goes to around 25 parties per year, a person might be spending on average 18 hours and 45 minutes each year saying goodbye to others while leaving.
Oh my God.
So that's a lot of goodbyes. So this just justifies my actions for the last X amount of years that I was making the right choice, and I've been saving time to put towards other things instead of saying goodbye.
You just have to be a little savage with your time, and this is us telling you it's okay to leave a party and not say goodbye to us.
Yeah, like made me say goodbye to the hosts. I would say
Yes.
like I'd always like, thanks for having me. Like I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna say goodbye. Like I just don't want to, it's just a whole thing. And they're usually like, yeah, it's fine. Like thanks for coming. Like go out the back door. Like they're usually pretty appreciative. But yeah, like why?
You don't need to say goodbye to every single person. Sometimes too, you're saying goodbye to someone and you're like, I didn't even say hello to you.
Right?
You're like, bye. We didn't get a chance to
hi,
talk.
Bye. Ha ha ha. That's awkward.
Yeah.
So channel your inner Irishman and just.
This is perfect because Christmas parties are just around the corner and office Christmas parties. So just say goodbye to like those that are the most important and just leave.
Also, it's interesting. They said 25 parties per year. I want to actually calculate how many parties we went to this year, because I feel like for us it's more, so like, we're probably saving even more time. Like there was probably 25 parties this summer. So
Just think of how many friends we have, and they all have birthdays.
Yeah, exactly. Birthdays, weddings,
Yep.
just regular old parties. So yeah, guys, I thought that was so interesting.
This is your sign to not say goodbye and to just leave.
As Tom Sandoval would say, just dip out. Just dip.
Okay, I have a question for you. So I got a massage today, and
fun.
so it was like the last one of the year. I had to use up all my massage benefit before it restarts. When you're getting a massage, do you talk or do you not talk?
Okay, I'm in a special situation because my RMT is also my friend.
Okay, so that's so different.
So I feel like we talk because I actually enjoy talking to her. But before I started going to her and I didn't have a friend as an RMT, I would hate talking.
I just want to get in there and not say anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel bad about it. I almost sometimes preface by saying if I'm not saying anything, that's a good sign. Like that means it's like going really well.
Yeah.
If it's like not going well, I'll say like, oh, like too much pressure or like not enough pressure. But if I'm like not speaking, that's probably a good thing. And I just don't want to talk. I just want to like sleep.
You just want to relax.
Yeah.
And also when you're talking with your head down, it gets kind of like wet and gross, especially when you used to have to wear masks. I think that before you go in for a massage, whether that's on your intake or on the door, there should literally be like a flip, like a do not disturb or whatever. It should be like chat or like no chat. And then that way it's just this unspoken thing where you're going to know when you come in if I want to talk or not.
Yeah.
Or like what level. To you unless you would talk to them first.
Okay.
But I feel like they always talk to me.
They always talk.
I used to have an RMT before going to who I go to now. And I felt like I was her there. Like she would just like unload all these things on me. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like every time I'd come home, she would have a new boyfriend like every 3 months and would just be talking about them. And I'm like,
I'm just here to relax.
This is causing me stress.
No.
Your life is chaotic. Please just shut up.
Yeah, please just
Just zip it and
let me listen to the spa music.
Rub my traps out, please.
Oh my god. That's too funny.
That is funny. Okay, I actually saw I've been like all up on the like new information on Instagram. Ottawa is apparently getting approved for a night mayor.
What the heck does that mean?
Okay, so what it means is Ottawa nightlife, as we probably all know, isn't exactly the best. So like the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightlife is just a little bit blah. Like Ottawa has this nickname where it's like the city that fun forgot. So yeah. No. So they're trying to get some fun back in Ottawa. So they're going to be hiring someone as early as next year. This has to get approved by council next March or April. But it is pretty much approved. They just have to like go over like salary and everything, but everyone is on board with this. And they're going to hire someone that's going to look into like nightlife, but not just clubbing, also like restaurants, music, like different festivals for like different like, I don't know, different like backgrounds and different kinds of people and different kinds of festivals they want to bring to Ottawa. It's going to be like a full-time job. They want someone that, has experience in the nightlife and going out, that is really like organized. Like they're going to talk to different stakeholders in the situation. So it'd be like the nightlife owners, like the people spending money, like all the guests and the customers, and then people that have investments into these things as well.
I have a nomination.
Me?
I know who we are going to nominate.
Me. I'm like, I need a new job. Who are we going to nominate?
No, this was just more of a joke, but GURP.
Oh my
I feel like GURP
God.
would be the perfect nightmare.
Bro.
He goes out all the time. He's out to dinner almost every day, this guy.
He travels around so he can bring different ideas from different cities, different countries to Ottawa, the city that fun forgot.
Literally, I feel like we need to nominate GURP. He would be so good at this job. And he
already kind of is this.
This is honestly a job he's already doing, just not getting paid for it. So
GURP,
if you're listening,
sign up.
sign up.
You have my vote, buddy.
Yeah. But that's so awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. Honestly, that's hip and like self-aware of Ottawa to do this.
Yeah, because we definitely, and hearing this just after going to Montreal, it just really solidified how much bigger and better these surrounding cities are. And I don't even think Montreal is that much more populated than Ottawa. We just don't have a lot going on.
Yeah, we just don't like the nightlife. It's just not culturally. It's just not there.
Like where are the more of like the rooftop bars? Like where are the like restaurants where you go in where there's plants all over the ceiling and like they have to have a botanist on their payroll because they have so many plants. And just where are the bumps of caviar?
Yes,
it's not anywhere here. Is there anywhere in Ottawa that has caviar?
I've never even seen caviar anywhere.
Like here. Back at Moscow when I worked there, yes. Other than that, no. Seen that once.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could. That's a really good idea. Yeah. And I'm curious to like follow it through to see what happens.
And the current mayor, like Mark Sutcliffe, is super on board, which makes sense because he's very much like family oriented, and he's probably in bed by 8 p.m. So he's not really looking into Ottawa's nightlife that someone else could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So honestly, like Ontario and Ottawa are just kind of like sprucing it up a bit because Ontario actually just announced that it's going to be the first province to ban the Canadian work experience requirements for job postings. So that means that a lot of the time what happens is a new immigrants will come and then they won't be able to get jobs because a lot of these job postings require Canadian work experience.
Yeah.
And so they're going to ban that. Obviously, like if you're in the medical field, that doesn't apply. Like you're still going to have to re-get your training. But if you're just like, I don't know, a coffee shop barista, like you don't really need to have Canadian work experience.
Yeah.
If you were a barista in like Chile or Brazil, like you could work here.
Might be even better to have that experience.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a really forward idea.
Yeah.
For sure. And even living in Canada, like I remember before when I wanted to start to get into serving, and anywhere I would apply, it would be like, okay, you need at least 5 years experience. Like even at like the shittiest places. So it's kind of like, how am I supposed to get any experience when no one is hired? Like who's going to let me start? Like how do I get my foot in the door?
Yes.
So I can't even imagine also like coming from somewhere else where you do have the experience, like many, many years, but because it's not in Canada,
they just don't accept it.
You're not counted for anything.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And especially because now we're getting a lot of new immigrants this year. So I just feel like that needs to happen because then what are all these immigrants going to do if they can't get jobs?
And you know what? I feel like immigrants are coming here and they want to fucking work.
They want to work. And you know what also is that the birth rate in Canada is dropping really low. And so bringing immigrants, I'm an immigrant, it's going to help to increase the birth rate as well. Because right now, like Canada's birth rate, it's going really low.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you heard of someone having more than like 2 kids? It's pretty rare. Like we met someone recently that had 5 kids and I literally, my jaw was on the floor. I'm like, wait, you have 5 kids? Like that's so unheard of. Like that's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's like 1, maybe 2.
Maybe
it's expensive.
It's so expensive now. Yeah, that's so true.
Also something I wanted to talk about. You already know this story, but I gotta give a big shout out to Richard because the other day, well, actually, he obviously listens to the pod all the time.
Hey, Richard, we
love you. Tracy, you listen every week. We love you.
Oh my God, love Tracy too.
They're the best. And we were mentioning about advent calendars. I talked about the Nespresso advent calendar. You brought the Sephora advent calendar. I mentioned like, oh, it's so expensive, like blah blah blah. And this man, I guess, went to Sephora to go see if there was an advent calendar, but they were sold out. So instead, you know how Sephora has usually these like holiday sets or these like goodie bags where it's like Sephora's favorites and it's like $200 value for like $80 and it's just like a bunch of their favorite products. He sent me a message being like, hey, they were out of the Sephora advent calendar, but these nice ladies helped me out and I got you something else instead. And I was at work really late that day. I was like in a meeting. I didn't get home till super late. And I come home and there were these 2 like Sephora little gift value packages on our kitchen table.
So cute.
Which literally there's more products in this than there would have been in an advent calendar. These products are like way better than what were coming in the advent calendars. and I was just so grateful.
Dude, Richard, if you're listening to this, I would also really like an advent calendar. They also ran out, so like, thank you so much.
Gosh.
Oh my god! But okay, first of all, can you imagine Richard at a Sephora?
So it's funny too because I don't know if you know this, but Sephora builds their shelves based on the average woman's height. So when you go into Sephora, it's built for like a 5'4", 5'5", woman. Is not built for these 6'+ men. So when guys go in there, they are literally looking over the shelves. And Richard's a tall guy, so like he was probably in there and like overlooking everything. He's like, where are the shelves?
Like he's like at like an elf store.
Yeah,
like he's like a dwarf.
Like that for taller men. That's kind of what it's like.
And he's like, why do we get these little baskets? They're so small.
His big paws just like holding this basket. No, but yeah, it was so sweet, and I'm literally loving every single thing in there. It's either one of my favorites or like a new favorite. And it's like some of the lip stuff were full size like lip glosses, like a Patrick Ta lip plumper, Rare Beauty lip gloss, like so
okay amazing. You need to try all the products, and
yeah.
then in a few weeks you need to bring everything and show us which you would buy, add to cart, and which ones you would dump.
Oh my gosh,
so that we can know which, because this is like the perfect little try everything kit.
It really
right?
is. Yeah. And honestly guys, if there's someone in your life where you're not really sure what to get them, this is such a good Christmas gift idea. I don't think there is a woman that would not appreciate this kind of gift, because it just has a little bit of everything. Yeah. It's so fun, and it's every day I'm like, what am I gonna try today? Like, I can't wait. Fun, so exciting. So pop off with that for your Christmas gifts. You can't go wrong with that.
Love
and
it.
Thank you, Richard. You are the best. I love you.
I love you, Richard. I would also like one. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Okay, I have a weird food combo that it's not even that weird because I know other places do it, but it just hits. So have you ever had Heartbreakers pizza?
Oh my god, it's so good.
Heartbreakers.
It's
so
the best.
their sweetheart one, the one with the honey.
That's my favorite.
So good.
It's spicy and sweet.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Heartbreakers is the spot in Ottawa that has these really good pizzas, but one of their pizzas is like pepperoni with like chili flakes and honey. So it's like sweet and spicy and salty. It's so good. And so the other day we had pepperoni pizza, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make my own like sweetheart pizza at home. So
save
I like
$40
literally. So I just like threw in some chili flakes. I did the honey, and then I also had like the one that they put in the middle, like that little like whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
I forget what it's called, but
the pickled like chili or whatever. They put it in the middle.
Yeah.
And I literally just made myself a little sweetheart pizza, and it was so good. Honey on pizza is so underrated.
I totally agree with you, especially as you said, if it's a spicy pizza, the combo in your mouth, the flavors, insane.
Yeah, put honey on your pizzas.
So good. I love honey.
I love honey.
Oh my gosh.
too.
I'm never gonna forget your wedding gift for everybody was some freaking honey, and it was so good.
I'm still like we got so much honey from our wedding that I still have the honey. That's the honey I use.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go, guys.
Lifetime supply of
for
honey.
Your wedding. Give your guests honey, because they will be talking about it for years to come. Iconic. Oh my gosh. Okay, another thing that's kind of random that Matt and I were noticing from like Love Island, and just like other reality TV shows, is that guys can like easily talk shit. Like, for example, it was during one of the duels in Love Island. It was Jack, and who was he dueling? It's like Ron or someone, or what was his name? Oh my god, what was his name?
Callum? No,
it was like that big dude. I forget. Anyway, he was dueling against someone, and they were talking mad shit. Like, you're going home, like da 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 da. Like
the black guy. And he's like, look at Justine, say goodbye to her.
Exactly. Yeah, say goodbye. Like, they were just talking mad shit. I was like, oh my god, like this is like beef. After they're done their duel, literally they're bros again. They're like, no hard feelings, mate. Like, it's all good. Like, da da da. I'm like, dude, if those were girls, for example, like the really tall blonde, like Sweden girl, and that other girl I think Imani made a comment about how she's aggressive in the game, and they couldn't let it go. Like, they were bringing it up for episodes and episodes later, and they kept like holding on to that, like pieing each other, all this shit. I'm like, guys can talk shit and then get over it and be boys, but like girls just hold on to stuff for so long,
way too long.
I was like, why do we do that?
And I feel like with girls too, and like I'm not even just like trying to be a pick me girl and be like girls suck and blah blah, but I feel like we all do this, is like we pick apart the smallest things and we look into things so like further than it is. Like it could just be for what it is.
Yeah.
But you'll find like a million other underlying reasons for like an action, and you'll try to make sense of it, and you'll be like, oh, it's because it still hates me for this that happened like 4 years ago, and you're like, no, like maybe it's just what it is.
Yeah, we're just so detail oriented that we go back into the archives for everything. But yeah, it was just like a silly thing where I was like, why are guys so much more chill than girls? Like
seriously,
girls could never talk shit like that and then just get over it.
And that's why there's always so much more drama in the girls. Like if the girls get into a fight, then they're just in a fight forever.
Yeah, I feel like they just don't let stuff go.
No.
Like, guys, let's just let stuff go. Everyone has their moments. Just let them go.
Let them go. I totally agree. Okay, let's quickly jump into some showtime because there's a couple of shows I want to talk about. First, I know like people have been talking about the show, but Lessons in Chemistry.
Okay, I haven't heard of this.
Okay, so it's called Lessons in Chemistry. It's on Apple TV. It's such a freaking cute show. You and Matt need to watch it. I think it's still airing. I'm on only the 3rd episode, but it's really good. It's about this woman who it's back in the 50s. She's a scientist. She's a chemist, and her and this guy are like. She works at a lab and they don't really take her seriously because she's a woman, even though she's a lab tech. She got her master's and she's trying to like publish her own research and work on her own research. But because it's back in the 50s and like women just didn't have rights back then, really, she just isn't able to make the advancements. So she kind of like clings on to this guy who like is like, you know what, you're really smart, but clearly they're not taking you seriously. So they were just like working together and they worked together on this project that they want to submit for a grant. I won't go into the details of exactly what happens, but essentially she's just like in chemistry and then her life kind of changes and she becomes like a chef on a show.
Oh, it's so random.
So random, but you don't know how she got there yet. So like in the show, like even I don't really know how like that transition happened, but like, you know, that happens because in the first episode they kind of like show flashbacks.
Okay.
But no, it's like super, super cute and it's just like a feel good show. Okay. So definitely watch it.
Yeah.
And I just love like that era of like what they wear and stuff. It's so 50s? Cute. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds so cute.
Yeah.
I need to get a little break from my reality TV binge.
Yes.
So that would be good.
It's a good little like, and it's not too intense. Like it's nice to watch.
Okay, cute. Yeah. I love a cute little show.
And then Selling Sunset, I just finished the reunion. Oh my God, this show has just gotten so crazy. Yeah,
I'm like 4 episodes deep.
Okay.
Chriselle just pisses me off.
Yeah. So Chriselle just has beef with everyone at this point. Yeah. And I just, I don't know. The show's gotten really ridiculous. Like they like hold on to the smallest things and then just like blow it up.
Like we were just talking about. Like they're like the epitome of that.
Yeah.
Like they just talk shit and like don't get over it. Like they're literally like Chriselle and Nicole have been fighting over the same thing for like 10 plus years.
Yes.
It's like, get over it.
Yeah. So, but the craziest thing that happened in the reunion wasn't even like the Selling Sunset crew. It was the fact that they brought in the Selling OC crew. So like Alex Hall and like, and they showed a trailer for the upcoming season of Selling OC. And oh my God, we need to watch this because Tyler leaves. So he leaves the show. There's definitely drama with that. Him and Alex like have beef now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Her and Brandy literally start yelling at each other at the reunion. So like and then there's this other guy who was apparently in the first season. I don't really remember him. He's like this skinny guy. Apparently he like snakes everybody in this upcoming season. We don't know what happened, but like there's a lot of drama. Yeah.
So that one is good.
Yeah. Apparently.
When does that start?
Apparently very soon.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to need to binge the rest of Selling Sunset. I'm glad I started it last night. I was like caught up on Love Island and on my Real Housewives. I was like, I should probably watch Selling Sunset. I haven't checked that out yet.
It's crazy that they didn't ask Heather to come back though.
Yeah.
She had her baby and they said no. They were like, we're not asking you to come back. So she's off the show.
Okay, I didn't really catch that.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because what's her name? Someone was hanging out with her. So I was like, oh, maybe she just isn't on as much because of the baby.
No.
But they just didn't want her on.
No, she was like in interviews being like, they just didn't ask me to come back for the new season. And people think it's because she was just too mutual with everyone.
She really was. Yeah. She was kind of giving Switzerland.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what happens. And then that's why there's all these fake dramas happening because people are like, I have to have beef with someone.
Yeah. So, I feel like I don't know, like Courtney. No, is it Courtney?
Brie?
Yeah. Courtney and Brie. Nick Cannon's baby daddy.
Oh, yeah, Brie.
Courtney, the British girl.
Oh, is her name Courtney? What's her name?
Chelsea. Yeah, I feel like their beef is real.
Yeah. Chelsea, the outfits Chelsea wears, I'm like,
I've been seeing the Aladdin outfit yet. I'm looking for that one.
Oh my god, just wait till you see that.
Yeah, she's so extra, man. Oh my gosh.
It's too much. Oh my god. And then we'll talk about Love Island next in a few episodes because
sorry guys, I haven't finished it
No,
yet.
you haven't finished it, and I feel like we don't want to ruin it for people who are still watching it
That's true.
It just came out.
Yeah, you're right.
The finale just came out.
I'm watching the rest of it tonight. I had to wait for Matt. He really wants to watch it. Putting him on blast.
It's so good.
Matt loves Love Island games.
And then lastly, they're making a show called House of Loverboy.
Okay, what is this? I haven't heard of this until this moment.
So Kyle and Amanda, who are like the owners of the owners of Loverboy, are making this new reality show where it's going to be kind of like Vanderpump Rules, where it's about people who work at Loverboy.
Okay.
And they're just going to get like a house, and all the employees are going to like kind of live there. Apparently it's going to be like a mix between Vanderpump, like Below Deck, like that kind of vibe. And
so sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy.
It better be sloppy then.
And I mean, they're working at an alcohol company, so clearly like there's gonna be parties. And
man, I just don't see how this is gonna boast well for their marriage. Like, I sense Kyle cheating on her or something. Like,
yeah, so people are saying he's gonna be like the next Lisa Vanderpump, and he's just gonna not really be in the show, but he's casting for the show right now.
That would be really smart of him.
Yes,
because one, isn't he like 40?
He's 40, and I feel like too, like if you think about Vanderpump, like yes, it was really good last season because of all that stuff that happened. And like this season will be good because it's kind of like seeing what happened next. Yeah. But to be honest, like they're all kind of old and they have kids, and it's like, the beginning seasons of Vanderpump were just so good. Oh my
god, there's nothing that compares. Yeah. Literally nothing.
So I feel like this will be good because it's like young cast.
Well, that's what we've been saying. We've been saying that Summer House needs to like revamp or something because we're bored.
We're really bored.
Maybe this was the answer to that.
Yeah.
I do still want to see Paige though, but
I know maybe she needs her own show.
She's gonna do something.
Her and like Hannah just need to make their own show,
right?
Like I would watch that. That would be so good.
That would be amazing. Okay, should we end with a little BMK?
Yes, I have one for you.
Do you have one for me?
Yes, I think I actually still don't know what my answer to this one is because it's so difficult.
Okay, well, don't copy mine.
Oh my god. Okay, ready? So bang, marry, kill. Italian cuisine, Japanese cuisine, or Mexican cuisine.
Oh my god, that's so effing hard. Because those are my three favorites.
Those are my favorites too.
Holy shit!
Because it's like,
what am I gonna do?
Because they're also different too. Like Italian, you got the pasta, you got the tacos with Mexico, you got the sushi with Japan. So it's like, what do you want to kill? I just don't know what I would kill.
Oh my god!
I know.
Okay, oh my god. This is so hard.
Probably the hardest bang, marry, kill we've ever done. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god. I don't. Okay, I'm feeling fucked up now. Let's cancel the show. Cancel the show. I think I'm gonna marry Japanese because sushi is my death row meal.
Okay.
I love sushi, and then that also would include like ramen and I don't know. I just
like gyoza.
Gyozas are so good. Oh my god, and bao, like steamed bao, insane. Like I'm trying to think of everything that they serve at like Datsun, and I'm like, that's my jam. And then between Italian and Mexican, oh my god, I think in my heart of hearts I have to bang Italian and kill Mexican, even though I love tacos. A lot of Mexican has like a lot of cilantro, and you know I'm not a cilantro girly, and a plate of pasta just is so warm and inviting that it's like if I couldn't kill that. I would have to have that every now and then. Like I could eat sushi every day of my life. That's what it comes down to. Every day of my life I could eat sushi, sashimi salmon. I need a bowl of pasta here and there, but will I survive without tacos? Like probably. Okay. Oh, that was really hard. Sorry. I spiraled.
Okay. I just feel like my answer would change depending on the season, but
that's true.
For me, my top is for sure Italian. I just like love Italian food. I love pasta. I love cheese. I love pizza. I just lasagna,
wine, prosecco,
wine, like a eggplant parm. Like I can't give that stuff.
Calamari.
Yeah. Like give me all of that. Like I'll
it's
be
very
good.
versatile.
So that's gonna be my marry. And then I can't kill sushi because like that's so different from the Italian that I need to have some diversity.
Yeah, it's more like cool foods too, right? Like
Yes.
Italian's hot, Japanese. I mean, there's ramen, but like a lot of fish, it's like cooler foods.
So I feel like I'd have to bang that. But then sometimes like I just want some guac and chips. And then I also really love like, I don't know, like I just really love Italian food too, or Mexican food too.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
This is a really hard one.
That makes it a really good BMK because it was so hard.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if I subbed in something else, if it would be easier. Like, what's another like staple, like Thai or something? I'd probably kill Thai.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if there's one of Greek.
Probably kills.
Next episode, we have an exciting guest.
We do. Stay tuned.
Yes.
It's going to be iconic.
It's going to be so good. Okay, we love you guys.
Love you.
And see you next week.
Bye.